Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this special episode. I am your host, Alan Paul, and today we have the distinct privilege of sitting down with a true luminary in the world of Toastmasters. That is with distinguished Toastmaster Srinivas.
Good evening. Good
Good
evening,
evening.
Alan.
Good evening, DTM Srinivas. I had the pleasure of working with you when you were the division director, right? That is where we initially met. But I had no idea that you have been in Toastmasters for more than 25 years. How long has it been here in Toastmasters?
I joined in March 1997.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
that's my younger brother's age. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so 27 years, I believe now.
Almost,
26.
yeah, almost 26
Yeah,
plus.
26
Right.
plus. That's incredible. Wow. And how did you first discover Toastmasters? Like, what motivated you to join Toastmasters back in 1997? Tell us about that.
Well, actually, I have always been interested in public speaking. And even in my school days, I used to take part in debates and
Mm.
speech contests and, elocution, they used to call it in my school,
Yeah, yes,
elocution.
yes, I know that. Yes.
Yes. So I have participated in elocution and debates in my school, in my college. So that is one area where I was always very interested in public speaking. So when I landed up here within a couple of years, I was looking around for such a forum, and then through one of my work colleagues,
Mm.
I got introduced to Toastmasters, and he said, "Come and attend a couple of meetings as a guest." And that's how discovered Toastmasters.
That's interesting because I was also part of elocution contests when I was in school. But not debating though. Debating always used to fascinate me. So it's interesting that you were part of. Are you part of any debating clubs?
No, I'm not a member of any debating clubs, but I have taken part in many debates. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Any favorite debating debates that you can remember?
Oh, usually I remember it is, I like the topics which are little, fun and controversial. It's like saying women are better than men at something. That type of topic.
Okay, wow. Even I have been a part of a debating club, Elite Debaters. I think you might be aware of it.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it. Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. All right. Okay, so debate. Okay, so apart from debating, like, what is your favorite, or tell us about a memorable Toastmasters moment from your early years as a member.
Right. So basically, let me just tell you also my memories of joining Toastmasters when
Mm,
it's so unlike now. Back then, the number of clubs were very limited, and you really had to attend this club
mm.
which I joined, Indian Club Toastmasters, where I started in Bahrain.
Indian Club is the
Uh,
second club in Bahrain, is it?
Um, Probably yes, one of the oldest clubs.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Sure, the second club, but yes, it is one of the oldest clubs.
One of the oldest. Okay.
And that back then, the rule was that you had to attend three meetings as a guest,
Hmm.
and they were following it strictly. So I did attend three meetings, and only after that you requested to join, and that too,
Hmm.
this member who invited you has to sort of sponsor you and tell the club, and then they had all the procedure, like in the meeting they tell you to step out, and the members vote to let you join.
Oh,
Yeah. So
wow.
can you imagine what a change it is from now when clubs are sort of running behind members and begging them to join? That time it was like a privilege to join a Toastmasters club.
Mm,
That was the sort of earliest memory of Toastmasters which I had. And
mm,
the meetings, and secondly, the thing which have changed, you used to ask for speaking slots. You had to book, like, a month, 2 months in advance with your VP saying, third meeting from now, give me a slot. And, that way, speaking
mm.
slot. You had to reserve speaking slots.
It was not like they were coming behind you to do a speech, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
like
no,
you
no,
had to.
no. It was such a different, it was such a privilege.
Okay, wow, incredible. Uh,
Incredible.
I,
Yeah,
I
how things
mean,
have changed.
yeah, and talking about this, this member induction, like the way you feel welcome into the club, you said that it is not there anymore, is it? Do you still think that clubs do follow this member induction programs even now?
It is followed very informally. Of course, first of all this voting and all has gone out because it has become a supply and demand issue. Honestly, in my opinion, I mean, this is my personal opinion. I feel there are too many clubs now.
Mm-hmm.
And hence it has become a supply and demand issue. It is like the clubs are chasing members. So where's the question of filtering and induction and all that? Yeah, it
Oh.
is as a formality. Many clubs do the joining program and the ceremony, but
Mm.
essentially it is like the members can choose where they want to join.
They have the luxury to choose where they want to go, right?
Right.
That's true. Hmm. So you feel like it is a lot more casual now. It used to be a lot strict back in the days, isn't it?
Exactly. It is a lot more casual, and the filtering is much lesser nowadays.
Mm.
So those days it was like a privilege to join, and nowadays
Uh,
it's become a bit more casual.
okay. And how was the mentoring experience back in the days?
Mentoring experience was very good. Mentors was also were, they used to take it very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But that is not to discredit today's mentors. I'm not saying people don't do mentoring to nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But again, one more difference is now I was also attributed to the change of the internet age, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to 25 years ago, the access to knowledge, the access to video material, and all is so much more
Mm.
that a new member or a mentee really has access to much more wider source of information and does not necessarily always have to depend on one physical
Mm.
mentor.
Yes,
So,
correct.
so, so in that sense, that equation has changed.
Okay.
And I know some clubs do follow mentorship very seriously, but by and large, it has become more diluted, I would say. But
Mm.
that's fact of life, and as I told you, with a lot
Mm.
of access to information.
Yeah, that's true. And like I noticed, like I had the privilege of working with you when you were the division director.
Right.
How has your leadership experience been in this past 26 years?
Leadership, honestly,
Mm.
Toastmasters leadership program does teach you a lot. Because um, unlike a hierarchical authority, here it is a volunteer leader,
Mm.
right?
Correct.
So whoever is in your team, who is with your team or listening to you or doing things on your behest
Mm.
or on your request, they are doing it voluntarily of their nobody's bound to do anything, right?
Mm.
So here the leadership has to be much more persuasive and much more effective.
Yes.
Because nobody is bound to obey you, right?
Uh, yes, correct.
It's,
It's
it's a
a
totally,
volunteering thing. Yeah, exactly.
yes, it's voluntary movement. And see, if you ride roughshod over someone, the worst comes to worst. I mean, he can just resign from the club and walk off or resign from the assignment.
Mhm.
So in that sense, the leadership here you learn is a lot of persuasion, a lot of
Mm.
patience,
Mm.
and trying to put together a lot of coordination happens here.
Yeah, that's correct. And that is what is required in this day and age, right? Like the kind of bureaucratic leadership that you usually see, it has come down. People don't stand up to it anymore.
No,
People,
they
yes.
value you only if you really sort of help them, and
Mm,
you value them, you give them respect. Then only they respect your leadership.
exactly. And has this kind of a leadership experience helped you in your personal and professional life?
Certainly, in my personal professional life, I found that I have become much better planned. I value punctuality a lot in even
Mm.
in social settings. For example, when we go for any social function or dinners or something, we are
Mm.
there on time, which many
Mm.
people unfortunately don't follow. But you know, Toastmasters training has helped me there.
Uh,
Life, of course, I have learned the art of summarizing the communications. I
mm.
always tell people that in professional life, you have to
Mm.
summarize the communication to the level of the receiver. Yeah.
Mm.
The higher up
Mm.
the person in the hierarchy who's your recipient, the
Mm.
lesser time he has got.
Mm.
So your communication has to be summarized aptly to that level.
Mm. That's
And
true.
many times when I sit in meetings and I listen to my colleagues, some senior person is you're presenting to a senior person and they're going on and on and on with irrelevant data. I am squirming in my seat, like come on.
Yeah, as a Toastmaster, we tend to evaluate almost every speaker. Uh,
Exactly, exactly.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, it has been so long right now, like 26 years. Like, what, I mean, how do you continue to challenge yourself and grow as a Toastmaster even after so many years?
Um, I will tell you one thing. Many people ask me one question. What many people, as you know, joined Toastmasters and left within 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
What one of the main motivators for me to stay in this program is, I always say this: in a 7 minute speech, I am getting to listen to 3 to 4 weeks of research.
Mm,
A
correct.
speaker puts in 3 to 6 weeks of research
Mm,
and he digests that into 7 minute speech. So in 7 minutes, you're getting so much of knowledge on variety of topics. There's
mm,
no other forum which can give it to you.
mm,
And that's what keeps me going, always attending, when I listen to a speech, when I listen to table topics, the amount of knowledge and research is being condensed and given to you. I think this is one thing which has kept me going.
mm.
And and the other thing which has really kept me going is, in just let me briefly go through my journey. But I
Yes,
started,
please.
did those days we had a competent Toastmaster CTM. I did that in 2000, and I did
CTM
my
stands for?
competent Toastmaster
Okay. All right.
CTM. So you did 10 projects from the basic manual, and then you became
Mm-hmm.
a C.
Okay.
And then you had to do various advanced programs,
Mm.
silver and gold, and communicator and
ACG, ACS, and all that, right? Yes.
ACG and ACS and advanced leader. And
Okay.
you became a DTM, and I became a DTM in 2008.
Mm.
So like 11 years to become a DTM.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, that's also a sign of the times.
Mm.
Okay, 11 years, maybe a little longer, people may argue, but
Mm.
nobody became a DTM earlier than 8 years those days. People
Uh,
took seriously,
mm.
and you would always see DTMs taking 8 to 12 years to become a DTM. That was
Mm.
like the average, because you went through the projects very diligently, you were evaluated, you were reviewed,
Mm-hmm.
and so that has been my journey in Toastmasters. And then in 2015,
Mm.
I founded this club, of which I'm a member now, and
Mm.
I've been president several times, like a Crypto and Innovative Toastmasters, KIT, as we call it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's good.
So in February 2015, I founded this club. And one
Uh-huh.
of my main, sort of aims or goals of founding this club was
Mm.
that I wanted a forum for newcomers
Mm.
and people who are new to Toastmasters,
Mm.
as well as new Toastmaster members who are just in one club or something, to have a place where they could be informal and learn in an atmosphere of informality, right?
Mm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
have maintained this focus in my club. So whoever joins KIT always tells me that this atmosphere, supportive atmosphere, the informality which is in this club is not there in many clubs.
Mm.
And that is also what has kept me going. The I like to go to the meeting because it's a meeting of, I mean, the atmosphere is of pleasure, of
Mm.
meeting, camaraderie.
Ah.
Cool.
Okay, that's interesting because okay, so the one thing that stands out from Kit compared to other Toastmasters club is that it is very informal, is it? Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
Can you give me an example of how informal it is?
It is informal because, for example, our agenda is
Mm.
crafted as per our requirement.
Mm.
Some items which are mandatory in the other club may not be there, or even if somebody misses something, in a meeting,
Mm.
we don't take it as a very big, like the end of the world.
Mm.
The GE says you should have said this. That's fine. We take it on board. That's it.
Mm.
And roles are easily switched around. People easily step up and take last minute roles. Or even if
Mm.
somebody doesn't turn up, a role player, due to whatever reason, it's not like the end of the world. The rest of members say, that's fine. He didn't turn up. We will pick it up. That type of
Okay.
thing. So we maintain an air of informality, and people can take up any role, and
Mm.
we are supportive. And we are not very strict on following the rules of any meeting or, very.
Mm.
The
Okay.
focus is on learning. The focus is on doing, participating, and learning.
Mm.
That's how. And
Okay.
feel free to talk to any member of who is a current member, who has been a member of KIT, and
Mm.
ask them what the atmosphere was like, and they will tell you.
Okay, because I specifically asked this question because when I came here to the UK and I was
Yeah,
searching for Toastmasters Club, I found a
yeah,
club and this was in a pub.
yeah.
So
Oh,
so I went to the pub, so everyone is having a drink in their hand. So I also grabbed a beer. And
right.
they were like like it was a contest. I had no idea it was a contest because usually in our contest there's like 15 to 20 minutes of briefing for the rules.
Right.
But here they just called the first contestant like come on
Oh,
over and do the speech, and I was baffled. I was like, what? They just did that? So that is why I specifically asked, like, how informal are you? So that's why.
I mean, that's really your UK club is really formal, directly, of course.
Yes, it's true. And any reason why you have the name Krypton in it? Are you inspired by Superman's comics or something like that?
Yeah, actually, see, I was in a member of the parent club, which is called Krypton Advanced
Hmm.
Cat.
Okay.
And then from there, we wanted to found another club for because that was advanced club that time. So
Oh.
which means you had to finish minimum 10 projects, then only you could get in, and you had to be a CC. So
Oh.
we said, let's have an open club. And so we just sort of continued the name Krypton. And it comes with that, with being scientific and innovative. So
Uh,
that's the name Krypton.
Awesome. Okay. I initially thought, as a person who doesn't know Krypton much, I thought that Krypton Innovative was the first club, and then the Advanced Club got formed later on. But this is the other way around.
It's the other way around. It's the other way around.
Okay, okay. That's nice.
Yeah, member of Krypton Advance for a couple of years, and then a couple of the members there came to me saying that no, we are thinking that we should found one more club which is for open to the community without
Mm,
any criteria, open to everybody.
okay.
And would you take the task of opening the club, being the founder president, and the
Uh,
form? I said, sure, I'll take that challenge, and that's how it became uh, with Kit.
awesome. That's great. All right. So one last question. This is especially for the new Toastmasters. Like, what would you say is the essence of Toastmasters and why it's worth renewing and staying engaged with the organization for such a long time?
Before I come to that, let me share
Mm.
with you one memorable episode during my Toastmasters journey,
Oh,
which was
yes,
very
would love to
funny.
hear that. Hmm.
I gave once an advanced speech, and it was I gave a speech about going on a package tour of
Mm.
Europe. That was from my own experience. We had been on a package tour, so I gave an experience of that. I described the tour,
Hmm.
and at the end of the speech, from the audience, one of them came to me and said, "Oh, you have a very good speech, and in fact, I want to book a tour to Europe.
Hmm.
So please tell me where I can contact you to book."
Hmm.
So I, I said, "No, no, it's just a speech." He said, "No, no, I will come to your agency. I'll come to your travel agency." Serious.
Mm.
So believe me, I mean, he was convinced that I was a travel agent.
Oh.
So initially, he was not believing. He was telling me, "No, no, I'm a serious customer, and I want to come to your travel agency and book through you the way you're very well." Then I told him, "No, it's only a speech, and I'm not a travel agent. I'm in IT field." So that was like
Wow.
so rewarding. See the feedback. I mean,
Uh,
I mean,
yeah, that's incredible. That's
that was
funny as well.
honest. This is real feedback. I'm telling you the truth. I mean, he was really, really convinced, and he was seriously wanting to know which travel agent I'm working for.
Mm.
So then he could come. So that's you can call it persuasive power. That speech. This is
Mm.
persuasive power.
That is the pursuit of power. Wow.
And
Okay.
one more episode is there was in another club a
Hmm.
guest. I had gone as a guest evaluator.
Hmm.
Again, it was an advanced speech, and the speech was about something about researching and presenting a topic.
Hmm.
Now, the speaker is quite seasoned, but I saw that his research was not very good. He had not done a good job.
Hmm.
So, in my evaluation, I said that why do you have sort of touched on the things, but in my opinion, you haven't covered what is needed. Your research is not good enough,
Hmm.
and it doesn't meet the objectives, in my opinion.
Hmm.
So, what happened was he was very upset. And
Hmm.
he, after the meeting, complained to me and said, "I've spent this and that, so much research and whatnot." And he told his VP education, and his VP education called me and they said they're very upset. So I told him, see, an evaluator's opinion is an opinion, right?
Hmm.
It's between
Yes.
you and the member whether you agree or not. If you, as VP education, if you say he has finished the project, that's it. I have no further role in that. I am an give you my opinion, right?
Uh-huh.
Subject.
Uh,
Believe me, 3 months later, the same VPE calls me and says, "We need you as a guest evaluator for one speaker." I said,
Mm-hmm.
fine, I'm willing to come because I used to go to many clubs those days.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, I asked him who's this. He said the same guy's name. Believe me, I said, please excuse me. I really got shouted on last time. I don't want to hear it again. Okay. I don't want to face this member again and his anger. Please tell somebody else. So, you know what he said? He said, no, this member insisted that I want the same. I want DTM Srinivas as the evaluator. And please persuade him to come. So I went into the meeting with a lot of trepidation, that again, oh God, this guy is again going to be really angry at me or whatever. This time he presented the speech again, but with proper research and putting all my this thing. And when I gave the evaluation, I said it. I said that this time, in my opinion, you have done the research, you have met all the objectives of the speech.
Okay.
So, see, and after the
Yeah.
meeting, he told me that last time after the first meeting, I was very angry for a week, right? But he said, no. Then I thought to myself that, no, seriously, this evaluator, what personal grudge does he have against me? Nothing, right?
Yeah.
So I realized that it is my duty as a Toastmaster to improve myself. And believe me, he called me again, and this time he did well. So this was a very memorable experience that I had
Oh,
to go back.
yeah. That's true.
So
Okay. Wow. This is incredible. Like,
seriously, it happened. And these two incidents really happened in my Toastmaster journey. And
mm,
hence, so these are the type of positive experiences which keep you, interested and
hmm.
motivated.
Yeah.
And your question about what to tell, I think you said what is the
Yes.
advice
For the new.
of right?
Yes.
I would just say one thing that enjoy this movement, and this is the only one of the very few movements available which is worldwide, which
Mm,
is non-partisan and non-controversial and purely guided by to help you to learn and grow.
mm.
And you listen to a lot of knowledge. I mean, you get a lot of knowledge just by sitting there, even if you don't participate, by attending meetings.
Yes.
Very, very few forums available in the world which is like this. And that's the motivation for going on for after all these years, for me.
That's inspiring. Thank you. Thank you for that, DTM Srinivas. It was an
Thank you.
absolute pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Alan. And I look forward to seeing your this thing output.
Sure. All right.
We'll be take care.
Yes. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.